Well, hello,
Yep.
daughter. What are you
Hello,
doing so far
Dad.
away?
I'm having some technical difficulties this week. As they say, though, the show must go on.
I love you,
And
girl.
thanks to the wonder of Zoom, you and I are making that happen. I'm currently on my phone.
Hey, can I just say,
this podcast rather than my laptop.
you look so cute. For those of
Thank
you
you.
that don't have pictures, Lauren has, it just fits beautifully into this old television console of probably the late 50s, early 60s. And she looks just perfect. Instead of saying, I love Lucy, I love Lauren, would have been a great television show.
I've got to admit, if no one has a ring light yet, get one. Like, it just does wonders. We joke about it, but it really does. It's amazing. I kind of bought it as a joke to start with. And now I just can't imagine life without it.
You mean like my selfie stick that you bought for me? That was a joke, wasn't it, Lauren?
It was a joke. And you ended up using it and taking it around the world with you.
Yes. Let's talk about the show today, because we've got a couple of fantastic things to talk about. And one of them is Disney's attempt to reach out and be more diverse, more multicultural. It's been predominantly forever and a day white, hasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Originally in black and white, but it's been very white, very vanilla. And suddenly we're seeing an attempt to reach the world. And you watch now the animation, you watch the faces, you watch the choice of music, and we're now seeing a more representative world than Disney has ever shown us before. And this time round, this is Disney magic on Colombian steroids. Where have you gone? Oh, there you go, back again.
I am right here.
You had a short black moment.
Technical difficulties, guys. Bear with us.
Are you going to play that card for the entire podcast, are you?
God, I really hope not. Anyway,
right.
As you were saying, this week I asked you to watch Disney's Encanto. And
that's right.
What were your thoughts, Dad?
My thoughts were, what a beautiful soundtrack. What an absolutely captivating, enchanting bit of music. Look, Disney and a lot of the products that have come out of Pixar and a whole bunch of other films that have been animated, you notice straight away it's all magical soundtracks, all fantastic artists wrapped around some wonderful story or fairy tale or whatever, and they've worked a treat. This doesn't let you stop. The music, even when you have the disappointment, the darkness, the sadness, the eerie moments, the threat of danger, the music still captivates. And it's Colombian music with all its rhythms, and it's just wonderful. And the selection is just top drawer. The animation is probably better than I ever remember it. And I've always said Disney's animators were just the best in the business, and they continue to be. Stand out, absolutely stand out. So what you see is captivating. The magic, the new technology, which allows them to do so many tricks now on screen. Then you wrap the music around it, and it's a captivating story, which we won't touch on because the whole point is to go and see a movie. Again, it's about life. It's about the trials and the troubles of Colombia, the politics and the sadness and and the family. The family story is beautiful. It's got grandma.
I think something that you were kind of touching on earlier, whether you like it or not, this movie has a character that represents everyone.
Yes.
There is at least one character in this movie that you can relate to or feel for or have empathy for or stand up for. There's just, the characters are so well-rounded, even if you don't get a full sense of who they are, the little bits that they show of each character makes you just want to love them even more.
Who's the character that says to the tiger, no, don't bother with him?
Antonio.
Antonio goes, no, don't bother with him.
Yeah.
And the tiger goes,
them.
Okay.
Not them. Yeah.
So it's beautifully captivating, and it has lovely touches. It's the direction is clever. It's really well written, and it's Disney, Colombia.
The music's written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who I'm not sure if you know, but has done In the Heights, which was a movie musical that was released last year, and then also Hamilton, which he wrote and starred in. So
just a struggle.
And he also did the music for Moana. So
okay. So again, someone who's struggling with music. Yeah,
really struggling.
Really struggling.
He has no idea what he's doing.
And Encanto is actually a very, very clever modern masterpiece. Lovely.
Yes.
And I'm still
beautiful.
I'm still struggling to sit still.
Oh yeah. And
yeah.
It's so interesting. I did mention last week that there is a lot of hype.
And you won't let me play any of the music because it's like
and I won't let you play any of the music, Dad, because I'm going to have to pay for it, and we can't do that.
Okay, all right. Our budget is so small.
Our budget is
so
my
small.
laptop's not even working. This is my budget, right?
We've got to get you a new laptop. It's just, oh God.
Anyway.
Okay, so that's Encanto. All right.
Yes.
Thoroughly,
but I want to say
worth
one
it.
thing. Can I just say one thing about Encanto before we go?
Yep.
I think the reason why Encanto speaks to me is because it is about this family, and it is about people presenting as all is well when you know that there are struggles and there are people that are having their issues and that are addressed. And it's just such a beautiful representation of what you can do when you all work together to accomplish one goal.
Oh, look, the messaging is very important.
Yeah.
Especially at this time in our lives when things are difficult. They're not impossible, but they're difficult. Okay. So attitude is key.
These candles aren't ready to blow out yet.
The magic of the candle, it reminds you yet again that people perceive that this one character is the one that didn't get a special power.
Yep.
The truth of the matter is she's had the power from the beginning. And the power was to be this beautifully balanced young girl who can sing and dance and remind people that she has the magic, because the only person, who can lift the tiles and make the walls move and the doors behave and respond to her every sort of command, and they always look out to protect her, tells you there's a great deal of enchantment going on. And it's only later in the movie when grandmother decides to have a real deep look at herself that maybe she's decided that
but
I'll
that's
just pull that down.
Another point as well. There's no villain in this.
Well, there is villainy, but there's no a villain. Yes. That's
There's not a villain, which is what Disney is doing a lot of recently. They're not having a lot of villains per se.
Yeah, look, I'll tell you why. Can I give you my perspective? When you start doing world stories, one person's freedom fighter is another person's terrorist. And in Colombia, depending on the families in Colombia's modern history, there have been massive government fallover. There's been corruption. There's been this, that, and the other. There have been people killed. So what better way to tell a story, have a bit of villainy, and you can see the horsemen. I won't say too much more about them. And they're perceived to be the villains who threatened to kill, or maybe they kidnapped her father, right? Or her grandfather, rather. Grandfather. So again, there are attempts to give you some idea of something that happened. But they leave it open-ended, so to speak.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I reckon this is it. That was Encanto.
Yeah.
What
One
did
show
I
that
ask
definitely
you to
had a
watch?
villain. Alex Ryder.
Oh, Alex Ryder.
Yeah, so you asked me to watch Alex Ryder, which is now streaming on Amazon Prime. It is about a 16-year-old boy who ends up becoming a spy.
So it's a very. What did you make of it?
So, I mean, it's obviously not something that I've seen before. The story was different. They actually came up with something that was, I don't want to say original, but, almost original.
Did you enjoy it, finding out about Alex Ryder?
I did enjoy it. I think it's really hard when you have a kid or kids that are meant to be holding up this TV series when there are a whole lot of other adults that I can only assume are well known in the UK. But it's interesting when you do have kids as like your main actors or your main cast. I think the kids were cute. Like, it sounds so stupid saying this. I think the kids were cute. They weren't aiming to be cute.
No.
But I think that they did well, given the role that they had. I think they did well.
The guy who is supposed to be the head of the MI6 type secret service, did he look familiar to you?
Do you know what the thing is? They all kind of looked familiar, but then I couldn't place any of them.
Well, I'm going to drop a word or a phrase, and you'll go, oh my God.
Oh, don't tell me Game of Thrones again.
Yes.
No.
Yes. He was one of the kings. He was a Baratheon. Yeah. He's the one who murdered his daughter. You just didn't recognize him with the beard on. Oh,
well, did you know who voiced Mirabelle in Encanto?
Maribel.
Yeah, do you know who voiced her?
No.
Have you ever seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Oh, no, don't tell me.
Rosa.
Is it Rosa? How good is that? She's done a great job.
I know, amazing.
And there are a couple of tough guys. Johnny...
John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo. He does a great job too. Yeah. The beauty of animation.
Yeah.
If they're really talented actors, and most of them are, and it's something that Disney has done very well, and others are learning to do it, they actually paint or draw the characters, and they put a little bit of whoever you are in it. Yeah. It's like when Robin Williams was doing the Penguins, and you could see that they just put enough Robin Williams into the Penguins. It wasn't Robin Williams, but it was. Yeah. And so that's when you see really good animation. You capture. I thought a little Dora the Explorer was in there too. I thought a little Dora. Maribel.
Yeah,
might be a little Dora.
Oh my God. Anyway, we've got to get over Encanto. Right. We're talking about Alex Ryder.
Alex Ryder. So what did you make of it?
I'm sorry.
Worth visiting? And it's.
I mean, I'm glad I watched the first season. I think it was, like I said, it was definitely a different take on a lot of the kind of spy shows that you've seen before.
Yeah, he can't have a gun and shoot people.
Right. Exactly. Because he's only 16.
And he can't bash people up, with every conceivable weapon, because, the kid's not supposed to be a fully fledged agent, but he is.
Well, that's right.
But he is pretty smart, pretty resourceful.
So I think that's what I struggled with, is that I didn't understand where this history came from of being trained in all these things.
His uncle.
Yeah, but he didn't know about his uncle.
No. Well, this is the beauty of the story. he didn't know that his uncle was a secret agent, but
Yeah.
his uncle had made sure that Alex would always be able to fend for himself in the event that something's happened. How he did it, well, you've got to keep watching. And there are moments where it starts in the second series where you get a bigger reveal. Okay?
Yeah.
So you need to watch season 2 now to get the full.
I did start.
Yes.
I think I'm a couple episodes in.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because it's got a lot of different twists and turns that I don't think people are expecting.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Okay. So Alex Ryder on Amazon Prime.
Something
Lauren
different.
says
action.
It's different. And if you like action films, it has plenty of action in it.
Yeah.
And skullduggery.
And also not quite knowing who's good and who's bad.
And did you notice that the woman in the MI6 agency is one of the leads from Line of Duty, the policewoman?
See, I was trying to figure out who she was. I was looking at her for ages.
Just ring your father.
Her name was familiar, and I was like, where have I placed her before?
Lauren, ring your father.
I know.
Crestfallen.
See, that's the difference,
That's
right?
why we have this podcast, to help one another through each and every day of our lives.
Yeah. Just got to learn more and more.
Okay. So what's next?
What is next? So I have actually started watching a show on Netflix called Murderville.
Murderville. One word?
Have you heard anything about it?
Is it Murderville one word?
Murderville's one word.
Right.
And it's kind of it's a partially improvised crime solving series.
A bit like Steve Martin in
no,
a bit different.
Only Murders in the Building.
Yep.
I'm gonna say no.
Oh,
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
But I want you to watch it anyway because
so it's Murderville. Is that what it's called?
Murderville.
And what's it available on?
Because I've improvised. So this is scripted to an extent, but the guest star has no idea what's going on, and they have to improvise.
Somebody's punked him well and truly.
Yes, essentially.
All right. And what's it on?
So
what's it on?
Interesting. I want your take on it.
What's it on?
From a non-improviser.
What's it on?
Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. Okay.
Netflix.
Okay. Very good.
And what have you got for me?
Monogamy.
I'm sorry.
Monogamy? Yeah.
Okay.
On Netflix.
Good to know.
Very different.
I bet it sounds like it.
Oh, yeah. Actually, it's a little misleading, the title. But when you watch it to the end, you'll understand it's set up beautifully for season 3.
Right. So I have to watch both seasons, is what you're telling me.
No. Just watch to get a full sense of the thing. It's really interesting. I don't want to tell you too much because we can talk about it next week when you see it. Monogamy. Netflix.
I can't believe my dad has asked me to watch a show called Monogamy.
Yep. And it's predominantly all Black actors.
So you do know me.
I do know you. I do know you. And that's why it's very interesting how you treat this.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Cool bananas?
That's just given me an idea for maybe another show that I'll get you to watch.
Oh, how exciting. Okay.
Yeah.
On that note, let me bid you a very good weekend.
Yes,
I
you
wish
too.
wish you and your computer a fast rapprochement. In other words, I hope you can come back together and work again a little bit closer, because I don't like this space between us. I like us nice and tight, TV console next to TV console.
I'm not going to make any promises. Okay, this laptop, like most things in my life, has a mind of its own. So I will not make any promises.
All right.
But she did turn on while we were filming this.
Okay.
Until
next time.
Until then.
Adios, amigos.
Adios, amigos.
Or as they say in
Muchacho.
Colombia, hasta pronto. Or
hasta
luego.
Hasta luego.
Ciao, Bella.
Bye.